Okay, so Matthew told me about, I don't know if it was like a joke or a commercial or something that he saw, but it was like these two old people like in the aisle of a card shop. And they each are like shopping for Valentine's Day cards, and they each pick one out, and he gives one to her and she gives one to him, and they open it and they both laugh and they're like, ah, and then they put them back and leave. I'm like, that's kind of...
They didn't even have to pay for it. They're like, here you go.
You didn't have to write anything. You just like shop for them together, show them the one that you picked out, and you're like, okay. It's kind of brilliant.
Yeah, it is awesome. So I never get to shop with... Matt doesn't ever go shopping with me. I know. Very much, so.
So this is a podcast.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's a Valentine's Day podcast.
It's a Valentine's Day. This is Conversations, Cocktails, and Connections. Welcome.
Welcome. I'm Amy Hester.
I am Emily Reeves. And tonight we're going to make a Between the Sheets.
Ooh.
Because it's a Valentine's Day themed episode. So we're getting sexy all up in here.
Sexy between the sheets.
Yes. And we have a dog that is driving me nuts, scratching on the counter over here.
Sweet.
So
So what is in the Between the Sheets?
So it's got rum.
Rum.
Ooh,
light rum.
It's got white rum, which I wasn't sure if we had, and I didn't check before I went to liquor store, so now we have a lot of white rum.
Okay.
It's got cognac. I had to go buy more of that because we
love it.
Used it. And this, guess what? We got.
What is that?
Courvoisier.
Oh, I was like, what am I supposed to be looking at? Oh, because last time we got Hennessy.
Yeah, but the store didn't have Hennessy, so I got
Courvoisier,
which is to me as funny as Hennessy.
Yeah,
like, there's
totally.
just something really funny about it.
Yeah.
So rum.
Which
and
one
cognac.
of the two do you think is the more? Which one's the higher end?
I don't know. I mean, because they didn't have Hennessy, so I don't even remember how much that was. And this one, this wasn't expensive.
Really?
Yeah. So
Courvoisier.
it's got Cointreau, which is orange. So
Likey. Do you need ice or anything?
There's ice in here.
Duh.
And then
So, where'd you find this recipe from?
this one, I found it on the internet.
On the World
Wide Web.
Can't say it. The World Wide Web.
And it's actually on the website A Couple Cooks, which I have actually found several drinks from there lately.
The Couple Cooks?
A Couple
Oh,
Cooks.
A Couple Cooks. So, are they cooking or are they only...
They do
They do both?
Mm-hmm. We're supposed to garnish this with lemon peel, but I don't have lemons, so...
Okay.
This is when we need your fake garnish.
Exactly. I'm telling you, that's a moneymaker. Do you watch Saturday Night Live very much?
Every week.
Okay, so
Oh my God, it's what I do Sunday mornings, though. I don't watch it live.
So, do you know the character, what's the guy's name who has all the tats and he...
Pete Davidson.
Okay, so you know
I love him.
You do?
Yes.
See, he's not my favorite, but
I love him.
There's one skit, so, and I've been constantly saying this, like, and I only think of it when I say, okay. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, it's like when, like,
okay.
It's like, it's a character that he plays.
Yes.
But it's like horror film, you know,
Yeah.
like somebody coming in and he's like, okay.
Okay.
All right, cheers.
It smells good.
Between the Sheets.
Between the Sheets. I hope you all get Between the Sheets this weekend. Oh, it's very lemony.
It is very lemony. I mean, it tastes fine. You don't like it?
No, it's good. It's just tart.
It is.
I mean,
I don't know. I didn't over lemon it. You can add a shot of something extra if you want. It's one of those drinks that looks like it would be pineapple flavored to me.
It does.
But it is not.
Well, it's a good thing it's not. Because someone might be allergic.
All right, well, let's clean up and visit because we have so much to talk about.
I've missed you so much. So when you were a kid, did you guys have to do make your little Valentine's Day box?
You know, I don't think we did. We had to do them with Sophie though. She had to make Valentine. I don't know. I don't remember.
It.
But, you know, I also don't remember a whole lot about my I have this like selective memory about.
Yeah, I have that about my adult life. It might have involved alcohol.
I was gonna say I don't know if it's selective in that particular case for me anyway, but do you feel like that's what these are?
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna like pass out Valentines. And you were like, when you were a kid, you were really excited to get the one Valentine that had a sucker, or like some sweet tarts.
Oh my gosh!
But you were so excited because they'd be at the front of the class or wherever, and you like give all your little friends, and you go home and you read your Valentines.
It's so sweet,
so fun. So what's been going on?
What has been going on? There's been a lot going on. It's been a very busy,
and cold week.
And cold work week, and kids have been out of school, and so we've had more people in our house, and it's been harder to work, and also it's just really cold.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to have winter weather, and I know that you are not, but I am looking forward to the snow. We might get snow in a couple of days. I'm really excited about it.
I'm just believing to not believe that that's going to happen. Is that a thing? Believing to not believe. I am trying to just pretend it's not going to happen. Only because I do want to see snow. I just don't want it to affect my week.
I know. It's like a business thing, and it's it's a routine thing, and
it messes up so much.
It does. And see, like, for me, it doesn't mess up anything. Like, I think I made a comment the other day. I'm like, this snow day that we're having feels almost just like a work day. I mean, it's like everybody's like outside playing, and I'm like, same day.
Well, so what happens is a lot of places will go by what the schools, like if they're shut down, then they will close. But I'm like, I've never wanted to do that, because if I can make it, it will make my life so much easier.
Yeah.
Then you don't have to reschedule. And a lot of clients live in the neighborhood, so they could get there easily.
Yeah.
So it just helps if I can do, like yesterday, the schools were closed, and I was able to get like 2 people in, which helps because that's a 4-hour or plus, 4-hour appointments.
Yeah.
So of time. So anyway, it was kind of nice, but it was cute to wake up yesterday and the amount of sledding that was happening on my street.
I know, and it was just ice.
So much ice. The old school sled that's like the wood, and then you can kind of steer it from the front. These kids, and I live on a street.
You've got a hill.
So the hill, and it curves, and they were totally doing the whole curve, which kind of scared me because I was just worried that a car, like, I don't think a car could have driven on it, honestly. But, man, they were going so fast, and our dogs just sat there and were like...
That's so cute.
Watching it was really cute.
That is cute.
I will not sled because I'm afraid I'm going to break my arm.
Okay, so speaking of hair, we have several
hair topics?
Hair topics that I want to bring up with you as, a professional, as you're the professional hair stylist. Okay. Have you seen the Gorilla Glue lady?
No.
Okay, so this has been floating around the internet all week.
Okay, well, I have not seen that.
Okay, well, I'm going to show you.
Okay.
I'm going to show you. But I'm going to tell you what it is, and then I'm going to show you. And then it's all been resolved now. But it's like been like blowing up the Twitter on.
Okay. Oh my God, I can't wait.
So there's
Gorilla
this
Glue.
woman, and she's in Louisiana.
Of course she is.
Okay, and it's a black woman.
Okay. And
she, did like this slicked back hairstyle, and she normally uses something. It's called glue. It's like a hairspray that's got glue in the name.
Okay.
And she says that she ran out of it, so she used this. And I'm going to show you the video. Okay. And so there's Gorilla Glue is in a spray can, which I've never seen that before. So she used that as a substitute. And by the time she made the video, her hair had been like solid, hadn't moved in a month.
Oh my God.
And so like Gorilla Glue has had to put out statements.
Don't use on your hair.
She has tried to wash it multiple times. She tried all these like home remedy things. Nothing was breaking the adhesion. She went to the emergency room in her hometown. They couldn't do anything. So she ended up getting flown to Beverly Hills. This plastic surgeon did this procedure for free. It's like a $12,000 procedure. And he was able to break it up and remove all of it. She had to go under anesthesia. What? And she had like this much hair left when it was all said and done. And now some celebrity wig stylist is donating a wig to her and making her like a celebrity wig.
Because she made the mistake of spraying Gorilla Glue?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel sorry for her, but come on.
Okay.
Oh.
So, yeah. So, I mean, it's like part of it's like, okay, she's really, I mean, like this is her in the emergency room.
Oh my God.
And And then
I wonder at what point, like she got it the way she wanted it, right? Like it was in place. It looked good.
For a month. I mean,
like. But I mean, like at what point was she like, okay,
this was a mistake.
This is a bad idea. Like when did she start thinking, I need to like try to get this off?
I know. I mean, like you feel bad for her. Like you're like, oh, she's probably not very, like, is she not very smart? Like maybe, but then again, I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, okay, well, she was using a can of thing that said glue. I mean, like whatever they get, You
don't buy Gorilla Glue by the hairspray though.
I know.
It is not in the hair aisle.
Well, and it says on there, do not get on your hair. I mean, it says do not get on your skin, do not ingest.
Yes.
Like there's something's breaking down at home that it got to the point where she put it in her hair. But once it's in her hair, now you kind of feel bad for her at this point. Like, I mean, it was a major ordeal.
I don't know what I think about it. I mean, I think that is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Sorry, Ellen. I mean, you don't buy Gorilla Glue in the hairspray aisle.
No, so like why would you put it in your hair?
Possibly have been mistaken.
I mean, I don't know. Like, who in her house bought the Gorilla Glue? Because, like, somebody had to know what Gorilla Glue was to have bought it. Like, if it's like, it sounded to me like the way I interpreted it was, it was already in her house.
Okay, so she didn't go out
and buy it. Okay. Like the way I interpreted it was, she's already in her house. The thing that she normally uses, she was out of. And so she reached
under the kitchen cabinet.
Who knows? But the thing she normally uses has glue in its name, which I think is a mistake in general. Like, but whatever. And because it's a hair product, but it has glue in the name. And so she goes and finds some other kind of glue that they have in the house, thinking, well, it'll just wash out. I mean,
I wonder if it burned her scalp, because I think sometimes.
Like when they were putting it on, like when she was putting it on.
Yeah, because I think sometimes, like if you, not necessarily burned it, but like it's got to irritate it, because if you get like super glue or any of that stuff,
I mean,
it's
it had to be painful. Like, can you imagine, like after a month, like you've got new growth coming in?
Not for her.
I know, but like, so like they were worried. Yeah. They were worried about like getting ingrown hairs and stuff. And then somebody else like was like, how does she, like if she gets an itch, how does she scratch her head? I mean, like there's just pounding it. Like it's what, like when you get weave, that's what you do. Like you don't want to scratch it. You gotta.
I mean, she literally made a helmet on her head.
The Gorilla Glue helmet.
I
mean, scary.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good one.
Like it became a whole thing.
Why did I miss it? I haven't checked any like Twitter stuff. Like I'm not an everyday Twitter person anyway, but that would have been a good one.
Yeah. Okay, so then the other hairstyle we want to talk about that has been revealed today, Ted Cruz, which we showed you before. Yes. So for those of you who haven't seen,
even more disgusted.
It's like a mullet with shaved sides. I mean, it looks like he looks like a character from like a redneck 80s movie. Yes. I mean, it's the craziest thing. Like
I was trying to think, like, what's that?
Not a Harvard educated.
Friend.
He's a Harvard educated politician. Idiot. And he looks like Joe Dirt. It is nuts. As he's walking through the Capitol without a mask. Like, it's been a big hair week, Amy.
Oh, well, holy hell, guys. What's going to be next? Oh my gosh, that is so crazy. I mean, like, what? I just would love to know. I'm pretty sure it's probably done one out of like, I'm going to just make an ass of myself and I'm not going to pay attention to anything and I'm just going to like be stupid just because. Or I'm trying to win a certain type of audience.
Yeah, but who do you lose by doing that?
Me? I mean, you never.
Well, anyway. Yeah, I was going to say. I mean, like, that's the thing. Like,
is he married?
Yeah, I think he's married. He's married with kids. And remember, he's the one that like Trump insulted his wife. He was like, Trump said something ugly about his wife, like saying that she was hideous, blah, 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 when they were running against each other for the presidential nomination. And now now Cruz is like all up his ass. I mean, I know we don't need to get into like big political discussions, but come on.
Sorry, that went down the wrong pipe.
Yeah. And this isn't my favorite drink, I will say, but it'll drink, like we like to say. It'll drink.
It'll drink.
I want the liquid bourbon ball that we made the other night. That was so good. Which we haven't even aired that episode yet. But
it's so good. I just like the name liquid bourbon ball. It sounds like good. It sounds. I don't know. Liquid bourbon balls. Get here.
Yeah, it does.
Get here right now, $5.99. I mean, something like.
I know, but it's much more
But
elegant
it's
than
so
that.
elegant. It's so delicious.
I digress.
Okay.
I digress.
I have to ask, have you watched Firefly Lane on Netflix, Emily?
So I'm kind of mortified because I was not going to tell anyone that I'd actually watched it.
I know.
But I did, and I watched the whole thing, and like I didn't move from my chair. Like Matthew was like, "Why haven't you left your chair?" Like I mean,
watched it
I wasn't even
all
drinking.
weekend.
I wasn't even drinking. Like I didn't even get up to do anything. I just sat there and watched it, and I'm embarrassed. I mean,
It's so good though. I like it. I don't love Katherine Heigl. I'm sorry, Katherine, you're not my fave. I mean, it's not that she's not my favorite. Yeah,
she doesn't bother me. Like I don't know why people
I don't
like
like her hair dark at all. I did not go into hair. Like I felt like towards the end, I felt like her hair. She just has really fine, thinner hair, and I felt like it made her look like her hair was really thin, being that dark, and it wasn't my favorite.
Yeah, but in general, she doesn't bother me. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why people have such an issue with her, but
I mean, I thought it was really good. I mean,
the friendship between the two
Yeah.
was like so special.
yeah,
And
and not realistic.
no, God, no, not realistic.
Not realistic at all.
I mean,
Sorry.
Maybe not. I mean, like I could see that. I mean, I can see some of that, but
Yeah. I mean, I did love it though. Like, I loved how much there was like half and half of like the younger actresses.
yeah, I
And
wasn't
I
expecting
liked-
that. It
yeah.
was like 3 different times in life,
Yeah.
right? And so I liked the whole, and it was set in the early 2000s too.
Yeah, so
when
2004 was the present day.
tense, yeah,
And then
80s
that 70s was
when they were kids,
and
then 80s when they were 20s.
yeah, and the little girl who plays is so pretty. The girl, both kids were really cute, but the one, the glasses that the little girl wears that is,
they're constantly falling down her face.
well, I mean, they are like this big.
They're like
and the
constantly
poor
on the
actress
tip of her nose.
She's like this, and that's got to be like hard and annoying to
yeah.
to see. But I did like it.
I mean, it was cute and it was sweet, and like, it took
I
turns
needed
I
something
didn't
to watch.
expect. Like, I thought that the Katherine Heigl character was going to end up being like just a horrible person, and she's not.
She's not. Yeah.
She's not at all. Like,
And it's not
like
a spoiler alert, but they also left it open. Like I felt like they
Yeah.
completely continue. And somebody asked me that was a book. Or
Yeah,
they said that
it
that they
is.
almost read
It is apparently a book,
Is it a series?
and it's a series.
Oh,
I mean, I looked it up, of course, because you know what I like to do. I like to read the spoilers so that I know what to expect, which is exactly what I did with
you
this.
really?
Yeah, oh yeah. And
I didn't know what to expect out of it. Honestly, I mean, I was just like,
after I got into it, I read them, and then and so yes, and so I think I know what happened to them and why they're not.
don't tell me.
Emily. And but only because I read the book. I mean, I didn't read the book. No. Only because I read the synopsis of the books. But
I think
they may
did-
take the show a different way. Who knows?
They did a really good job. Like I really liked it. The only thing.
Why
that
am I so embarrassed to say that I watched it?
I know. Well, because I don't know. I mean, it actually was really good. I don't know how to. I felt
good.
the same way a little bit. But okay, so since Christmas, I have a really hard time with sitting still. I mean, I'm just like always like I gotta do something. And I've been trying I can't meditate. I don't know how to do that. But I've been trying to just relax at least one day out of the weekend, which means sitting on the sofa and just kind of watching TV if there's something to watch.
Yeah.
And so at Christmas, my mom gave me a weighted blanket.
Oh yeah.
And I've wanted one since they kind of came out, but I've never wanted to buy one for myself because I was like, am I going to use this? Am I going to get too hot?
Yeah.
And so I'd gone to Target the night before my mom came into the salon asking me something to get me for Christmas. I was like, oh, I really wanted this weighted blanket. And she got it for me. It's 15 pounds. And so where I'm going with this is I've named WBS, Weighted Blanket Saturday.
I love it.
So that was my Weighted Blanket Saturday was Firefly Lane last weekend. And I watched so many of them. And I told you this before. I was like, if I binge something and there's more episodes than I think there would be, I kind of have to stop maybe at like 5 or 6 because I'll start just like I'll just keep going because I'm like, okay, just get it over with, just finish it. And then it's almost like I'm not paying attention.
And I watched it all in one sitting, and I did Bridgerton all in one sitting too.
I broke Bridgerton up only because I was watching it when I came. I did it like in 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
And Matt was not at all interested, and I was so glad because
Did he watch Firefly Lane?
No.
I was gonna say Matthew and I actually rarely watch anything together. Like, but we're in the same room, but we're watching different things like on our iPads.
Oh, we don't like a lot of things that I think that Matt would like. I will hold on to it if I'm interested, because sometimes I'll watch things thinking, I could watch this. I probably wouldn't on my own, but I would watch it if it's something that Matt would watch with me. Because if you don't listen, it's so like if we always eat in front of the TV, which is, I know, terrible, whatever.
Oh no, we do too. The TV's on, yeah.
So when we this is terrible because I will go immediately to the table or to the TV tray and I find what we're gonna watch, because if I don't find what we're gonna watch before we sit down. And if he gets there first, he will flip the whole time.
Oh
and
my God, that would
I'm so picky about, okay, this is a routine. And this is where I'm OCD, is like, I will not eat my food until we have what we're watching. Like, I will not touch my food. I do this at the movie theater. If I go to a movie, I will not eat my snack until the movie starts. I don't know what that's about, but it's something about just like, I cannot sit still. I will not ruin. I'm not going to sit there and watch commercials and flip.
Yeah, you're not mindlessly eating or whatever. So Matthew eats so fast, and Sophie eats fast too.
Oh, really?
And so, like, by the time I sit down, like, and Matthew cooks typically, and I do the cleanup, but, like, he plates the food, we sit down, and I, like, pick up my fork, and half his plate is gone.
That's probably me. Matt is
and I'm like, and I'm not eating slow. But you're right. Yes, I am Matt. You are Matthew. Yeah.
And my issue is always, and it's always probably just from job, because like with work, it's between clients, so you're eating really quickly to get. It's like eating something before a client comes, and it has like 5 seconds, so I don't ever sit down. So it's always in a hurry. Same thing with like old days waiting tables. You're like eating something really quickly before. I just think it has to do with that. And I know it's better for you if you chew your food like 20 times.
You eat less.
Yes, I know.
But I don't know. Matthew's might be because he grew up in a house with 5 kids. And
he had to eat, or they'll eat all his food.
It was like 3 boys. And I mean, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Like, we really haven't even talked about it.
It's like a herd of puppies. The puppies like eat for the food. I mean, they're always like.
Yeah. I mean, I think that may be it. I don't know. We had never like broken it down, but it is like, it's like super frustrating, because then he and Sophie like stand up and go put their plates in the sink, and I'm like,
and you're like, I'm still eating.
Whatever, y'all do you. Eat dessert. I'm gonna be, it's just like, and they're off doing other things, and I'm still eating. I'm like, so I start purposely slowing down. Like, like I'm not a slow eater, but like I go really slow just because I'm like irritated.
Yeah. No, I get it. I mean.
Like, let's enjoy the time together around the table.
Oh, well, you're good. You're sitting around the table.
Well, we're sitting here at this.
Okay.
This is where we sit. We have a table. We just sit here.
So what do you think? So it's about to get cold AF, okay?
I mean, it's already cold.
It's cold. But, like, did you see that the low on Monday is, like, 0?
I know.
Has it ever been 0?
I'm so excited.
Stop it, Emily.
I don't know. I say that, and I've been like walking around my house like this, and I was like, I went out to run errands today, and I was real nervous about getting out because it was so cold, but I was fine.
My nerves are one. I because of the cold, I'm like, okay, is my electricity going to go out?
Yeah, I know. We have all those calls. Yeah.
Is my I don't know if my electricity goes. I mean, I've already over the other night, like Wednesday night, I was like charging everything.
Oh no, we did the same thing. We charged everything. We had all of our extra battery packs charged, like plugged in and ready to go just in case.
Yeah.
But y'all lose power in that neighborhood a lot. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about the position of your neighborhood, but y'all lose power a lot.
I know. That's why. I mean, I know, right? I mean, I'm so nervous about that, and for some reason, I'm so nervous. Like if the heat goes out in my house, it'll happen during something like this.
Oh, of course.
I mean, I don't think it's going to. We have a gas fireplace, which we did. It's really comfortable, but it's not going to heat the whole house. So we would have to, if actually we lost electricity, we can still have heat.
Yeah.
But you would have to kind of like block off all the rooms so you can keep the heat into one room.
Yeah. I know we've had those
We'll
conversations
MacGyver our
too.
living room.
We're like, our stove is gas, so we can still cook. We have a fireplace.
Yeah.
You know, and Matthew's like, should I go get more wood? Because we like burn more fires this year than we usually do, so we're low on wood. And then we're like, but we have 2 heaters, so like if one goes out, like surely they both wouldn't go out. You know, I mean, and we just had one go out, so we've already done that.
I feel like in the last couple of years, we've had more either a power outage at the salon, which has happened twice last year, which is not like a normal thing that happens, but it's been like a power line or something. And if in the main area of the salon there are no windows, so it is dark.
Oh,
so I was like, lanterns. And I mean, I probably never use a lantern.
Well, but you need electricity at the salon, not just for light, because of like blow dry.
I mean, it's come back on and stuff, but but at home, I've since all of that has happened, and then a couple times since we've been in this house, I've bought more lanterns and lights on.
And then you have to constantly buy batteries because what if the battery, you know, like, I mean, I'm like constantly buying batteries because I'm like, well, I've had these for 2 years. What if they don't work? You know, I mean.
Or your dog takes it out in the yard and eats it.
I dislike Facebook a lot. And I mean, I know it's part of my job. But
I know. I don't get on
Facebook
that often. Like, because most of the time if I post things to Instagram, I'll immediately just add, like, because you have easily to just post to Facebook too. But I think since the weather and everything, I've been checking it a lot this week and looking, and like, I don't read a lot. So if you have a big, really long paragraph in here, I'm not going to read it. Sorry.
Yeah, I just don't get on. I mean, like, I get on Twitter and I get on Instagram, and I've
been getting on Clubhouse.
I get on TikTok. Have you
been getting on Clubhouse?
I really haven't, just because I mean,
you don't need to listen to anything.
I have some issues. I'm still I think they're still officially in beta, and I think there's a reason they're still in beta.
Yeah.
Like, how do you determine the quality of something before you jump in? And like, you have to listen for so long before you can determine the quality. And I don't have time for that. Like, I want to know if it's a good conversation before I jump in, or like, I want to be able to skim something and know that it's good before I spend my time on it. So I think they have some issues to work out. Like, I mean, you could probably discern the quality from the people if you recognize the names, but that again kind of eliminates the possibility of discovering somebody new. So to jump in just whenever, I don't know, like, I think there's some discovery issues there.
So when I first got on, I found quite a few little rooms that were interesting, that I heard like some fun little facts for social media or whatever. But now I feel like, I don't know if it's just what it is, but like what pops up, and maybe I just don't know how to navigate very well, but what pops up is things that I'm not really that interested in. It's like, or
it's not that you don't know how to navigate, it's that it's still a beta app and they haven't refined it.
So,
in my opinion.
Yes. Well, yeah, and you have to have stayed on for a long time to move yourself up. So there's a room with a lot, like hundreds of people, to be able to get recognized to talk can take a while. Now, I did talk to Abby. So when we talked to Abby, which she's a guest and will be on soon, after we left, when I left here, I went home, and she was in a little room. But anyway, I got on. I actually was probably drinking too much. So, but the thing that I was going to tell you is, so what's different about Clubhouse is it's all audio, right?
Correct.
So there's no video. And so when I actually spoke and said something. It was so weird at first because you cannot read the room. Like, you don't know what anybody is thinking or can tell what anybody's saying, because you're the only one like really saying anything. So it was fine after that was my first initial like, oh, it's like I said something and I was like, I was kind of
see, to me back. It just sounds like a big conference call, which is what it is. And I mean, like, I've spent half my career doing that. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
But I don't do that, and I didn't know some of the people in it, so it was just a little different at first. But I think that was like the first stage fright kind of thing, and I'm still learning, and I think it'd be fun to have something like you and I could talk about, like just, hey, let's talk about what we talk about on here. Let's just have a chat about cocktails, amateur cocktails or something, you know, it could be kind of fun. We could bring in like other cocktail makers or whatever. But there are some rooms that are on for like 11 hours. I mean, are those people getting paid? They have to be. Why would you be on there and be a moderator for like that long? Do you not have another job?
The potential to be a first mover, I mean, there's so many, like, oh God, social media influencing, social media knowledge, expertise. And there's, you know, the ability to say that you did it. I mean, it's just because you just never know what's going to take off. I mean, it's like the first people on YouTube didn't know that if they made vlogs every day, that they would become, you know, they'd be able to make millions off of being YouTubers. I mean, so you just don't know, and you have to try stuff out because you never know who's going to catch on, and if you're going to catch on, or if what you're doing will. And it's about experimentation, which I completely respect. Yeah.
And a lot of those people, though, like I've noticed, like, so if I'm ever in a room, I'll kind of look and see who the moderators are and look at their profiles. And a lot of them are kind of like mindsets or coaches or life coaches. So they're like really able to brand.
Well, they're all about marketing themselves too, which again, full respect for that because that is hard.
It is hard work. So anyway, about Clubhouse, I feel like a lot of the moderators that have the large rooms, it's totally self-selling, which is great. Why wouldn't you? I mean, I think I need to figure out how I need to contact Abby actually and ask her a couple questions because I know she's been doing some things and they've been, I think they've started a room about the restaurant marketing and all that stuff. So I need to message her. But just trying to find and navigate like the interests that I have because I feel like lately, I don't know if it's the algorithms of what is happening, and I'll get on something and it's nothing to do with me. And I hate more than anything that crap that's like, be a multimillionaire and blah, 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 blah. And I hate that.
Okay, so here's the thing. What you need to do, okay, is when you get on Instagram, go through and like stuff that you really like and want to see more of. Okay? Comment on the stuff that you like and want to see more of. Do not like stuff just because you feel obligated to like it.
Right.
Okay? Like, let me find a better example than the one I'm thinking
Clubhouse,
of.
Though.
Well, I don't know how the Clubhouse algorithm works because, again, it's in beta. I'm going to tell you, there's still...
What does that mean?
That means it's a test app.
Oh.
They're not saying it's their final, because when it's final,
anybody can be on it.
Anybody can be on it. You don't have to have an invite. So they're still refining how the thing works.
Yeah.
Okay. Like they haven't figured out how yet to prevent bullying and racism and illegal, congregation of hate speech. They haven't figured out how to deal with all that yet because it's all happening in real time. It's not recorded. And,
that's scary.
And so they're still trying to figure that out. Like people can flag it and then that'll like trigger some sort of recording. And so they've got a whole lot of stuff to work out. Like I think it has so much potential.
Yeah.
But I'm not, I mean, like, I don't know if I had money to invest if I'd invested in Clubhouse right now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it'll be super cool.
Yeah. Do you know the people that have founded it? Do you know
I have done some research on the people that have founded it. And I mean, I think that there's a whole lot of potential. I think there's a whole lot of potential there. But I think they're still working out a lot of things. Yeah. So their algorithm's not perfect yet. But in general, on social media... And I'm sure that their algorithm will end up working the same way as every other social media app works. Yeah. And it's, what do you like? What do you comment on? Where do you pause? Okay. Like, so if you, like, even when you're scrolling on Instagram, if you pause on a picture an extra half second, an extra second longer than you do on 14 other things, they're going to be like, oh, well, that thing you like. You know, we're going to show you more of that.
What's the thing that you burn? What's that? Solo?
Oh, this Solo Stove.
Solo Stove. Oh my God. It knows I want one.
Yeah. Well, and see, but also here's the other thing is I have one. Fraser has one. Yeah. Joy has one. So we're all in your network, and so now it's like serving to you because it's like friend. It's like your friends like it already.
But so I pause on it, girl.
The way the algorithm works is there's so many factors going into that, and so it again.
I love when Emily gets excited and she gets like passionate.
I know, but this is the stuff.
Passionate Valentine's Day.
I know, but this is the stuff that I love. And then you get, and I know that you get like, okay, enough. But
no, I love that because I don't know as much about it. And to me, if I can hear Emily talk about it and I get this much out of it, I'm like, yes.
But it gets it's just I get so fired up about it because people think that their phone is listening to them. Like, they think that they talked about something and now the phone is showing them ads. I'm like, you did talk about it, but you also did something else. You also did something else that makes your device that follows you around know that you're interested in that.
Certain things.
You Googled it. You paused for an extra second on the photo that came up in your feed. You liked a tweet that mentioned it. You did something else and you talked about it, but you did something else. The phone's not actually listening to you and serving you ads. God, I wish it were, because that would make my life as an advertiser and a marketer so much easier.
Okay, so when we were...
I'll get off my soapbox now, sorry.
When we were doing our... when we did our Vestas, like the last show that we had, which... Love them.
I know, so sweet.
When we were asking, I'm not going to say it. She might speak. Our robot. When I was listening to it at home, mine went off.
Your Echo device?
Yeah, it completely went off, and I was like, "Hold on a minute." I was like, I could hear it in the podcast.
That's funny.
And in my bathroom, so it was really fun.
That's funny. Yeah, no, so I just all of that stuff is really interesting to me, and I think it's funny how people think they understand and they don't understand.
Yeah.
Like they're going to tell me, no, it's definitely, I'm like, okay, I'm going to tell you. I buy the ads.
Yeah.
And I know what I can buy and what I can't.
Well, I don't know.
I know. Sorry. I said I was getting off my soapbox.
No, it's okay.
Let me back down.
Well, I was just, I don't even know where we got into Clubhouse and that we were talking about how like Facebook, you don't really get into Facebook. I don't get into Facebook very much. I mean, I will spend more time on Instagram than I will Facebook. If I do go to Facebook, my mom uses Facebook more than Instagram just because she knows, but I love you, Ellen.
Hi,
I love
Ellen.
you, Mommy. Happy Valentine's Day. But, I wish I needed I've been meaning on my list is to have her know how to tag people, because I think the other day I knew that she said thank you to somebody and I was like, Mom, you've got to she was saying thank you because somebody sent her something. And I was like, you've got to tag them and not just write their name, because who knows if that person if that's even in that person's feed.
It's so interesting.
Because because this person sent my mother something in the mail, and I don't know. Instead of Mom's probably not sending a thank you note. She's like, "Thank you, blah blah blah," and I was like, "Mom, you didn't she may not have gotten that." You know what I mean? But anyway, I need to have that talk with her.
No, I'm trying to pull myself back right now because in my head I'm like, oh, I want to talk about all these things that Facebook's doing, but then I'm not.
We'll talk about it.
Well, I don't think
they doing something new.
I don't think you'll be interested in it. So they are they're taking steps to not let posts that have political discussions be amplified as much.
I love it.
Because
that might make me actually go into Facebook a little bit more.
Because of all of the insurrection and the bad publicity that Facebook has gotten as a result of that. But I wonder if it's going to be too little too late for them. If people have abandoned the platform and won't go back, or the youth hasn't joined, the youth as in Gen.
The Ute.
to quote my cousin Vinny, which by the way has been quoted twice by Team Trump. Once by Giuliani when he was doing that press conference when he sweated the hair dye.
Ute.
No, he made a reference to My Cousin Vinny and the woman being able to see the number of fingers based on the eyeglasses because he was talking about voter fraud. And then in the impeachment trial for this, and the Senate impeachment trial, Trump's dumbass fucking lawyers that rambled for hours on the first day made a reference to My Cousin Vinny.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding. Like, and I said to Matthew, I was like, is this weird? I was like, how is nobody else talking about this? I probably should have put something on Twitter because if I'd done that, I probably would have seen like somebody else saying, oh, yeah, I saw that too. Because
that's weird.
How, like, a movie to get two references? I mean, and they're months and months apart, but at the same time, I'm like, that's fucking weird.
Yeah, that's really weird.
Sorry. I way digressed because we said Utes. We've literally only had this one. I haven't even finished my drink.
Okay, pause. Let's have another. Time out.
Hey.
Hello.
So we went with wine.
Is this not the cutest little Valentine's? It was a wreath and I just tore it apart. So like I'm seeing like we just glue gun stuff, like the little strings. That's what I'm seeing. See, like, look.
I know, and there's gonna be glitter everywhere. It's like when
it's like a party.
It is a party. It's a Valentine's Day party.
So I made chocolate covered strawberries last weekend because I love chocolate covered strawberries, and they always seem to appear around Valentine's Day, but strawberries are not in season and the strawberries are not very good.
I'm allergic to strawberries, so don't say that too loud because my family might get jealous. They like strawberries, but they're not allowed to have them in the house. We're not allowed to have pineapple or strawberries. Not like I'm allergic, but I don't even let them in the house.
Well, it's scary
because the smell. Well, it's the smell gives me like an instant migraine. It's really strange. Like it's kind of a weird allergy.
That's crazy.
But whatever.
So I've been really interested in hearing about people's feelings with the second vaccine that I've talked to, and Matthew just got the second one, and he said what did he say? He was like a little
his off. Arm. No. My husband, Matthew Dean.
Yeah, did he say he was a little?
No. I mean, he's been off work because of the weather, so he's been napping a lot.
School's closed today too.
Yes.
It was dry. I'm just gonna tell you.
Well, so here's the thing: public schools are not holding classes on Fridays in general at all this semester. That's the thing; they're doing 4-day weeks. The teachers go to school though, but the students don't. Dang. That's the rule for this semester, just as part of the whole COVID protocol. So Sophie wasn't going to go to school anyway, but they did tell the teachers to stay home as well today.
So did you know that I asked a college student the other day about so what are you going to do for spring break? Which you're hoping everybody doesn't do anything because we're still in a pandemic. Right. But anyway, I think that they're not doing a full week. So they're breaking it into like long weekends. So it will help. Really? So I think it's going to help not have big gatherings on a spring break.
Well, that's good.
I know. I was just
that's good because
really?
those kids will get out
U
and
of A,
do it.
good job.
I know.
I'm kind of impressed.
I hope that's true.
I mean, a kid told me that, so he wasn't going anywhere. He said, we're getting like a 4-day here and like a 3-day. I mean,
cool. That's good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
I mean, they're just going to congregate in those 4 and 3 days, but maybe they won't all be in Florida with no masks on like all the people in Florida.
Like Tom Brady in the Super Bowl party.
Okay, did you see whoever? I just saw I didn't see the whole thing. He was so drunk.
Yeah, I know. Which probably means that he had like a shot.
Yeah, because he probably was so on track health-wise to like make this shit like win.
He is aging in reverse. He is like Benjamin Buttons.
He's hot.
Like, here's the thing.
He didn't turn me on his drunk.
I don't think he's hot.
Oh, I think he's hot, but his drunk act was not so hot. Like it was like an amateur drunker.
Not my type of thing. But here's the thing. Like all the people like Shannon and I were talking about Jared Leto earlier because he's almost 50.
He is?
He's either 50 or 49. I mean, he's like
Jesus.
He's right around there. And I'm like, what is his skincare regimen? And she goes, it's probably super healthy living. He's probably vegan. And I was like,
only vegetables that he grows in
boring. I was like, I guess I can never be that. I'm just going to take my drunk face and go.
Sorry. I could not either.
I mean, I'm sure he's really happy.
I'm sorry.
But maybe
no
if
way.
I were like a multi-millionaire.
If I had somebody
No, I
that was
still
a
wouldn't do
chef
that.
that could make my veggies taste like carbs, I would totally be vegan. Every day. Like if you had a chef or somebody, you were
And if
like,
you could make my water
taste like
wine. Actually, not even taste like. I just want to feel like wine. It's not about the taste. It's about the feel.
It is about the feel. It's about the feel.
Is there a pill? I wanted to go to my doctor and be like, can you give me a pill that makes me happy, makes me lose weight, and makes me feel like I'm drunk?
And being able to operate a car.
And yes.
And to work.
She's like, no.
You did say that to her?
Yes. I positioned that as a hypothetical, but I actually did say that to my doctor.
We went to the grocery store on Wednesday, which was the night before the snowstorm, which was ice
storm. Which it was a literal storm.
It was thunder.
It was thunder. Like I woke up because I had
I was asleep.
I had dogs that were unhappy, and I was up in the middle of the night with dogs.
Well, I went to the Kroger, and you know what makes me
the
so
Kroger? That's a very
angry
Southern thing to say.
Is when you go to the deli, and I ordered my turkey, sliced turkey or whatever, and she's like, okay, well, because she was the only one back there, and she's like, well, here, she got me what I wanted, and then she said, okay, well, you can go ahead and shop, and it'll be ready when you come back. Well, I stayed in the area, so I went back, and when I went back, there were two ladies in front of me, and she did not have my order ready, and she got this other lady's before she had mine, and I stood there. And I was so mad. I mean, I was like, it took all I could to say, not because I wasn't going to be mean. I just wanted to go, so can you answer why you got hers ready before mine? Because I spent a lot of time in that section and I like to get it over and done. Okay. Well, then we did all of our grocery shopping and we came back. Because
I love that y'all go together to the grocery store.
Not very often. So then we went to the cheese section, another cheese section, and we needed we couldn't find the cheese that we wanted. Because apparently the snowstorm,
you gotta have cheese.
Everybody's gotta have cheese. So we went back to the deli and we were like, we'll get them to just do some slices of what we wanted. And there was a lady back there, and I had to say, excuse me, ma'am. And she finally, like after like the fourth time of saying, excuse me, ma'am, turns around. It wasn't the lady before. I said, do you mind cutting us some cheese? I don't even know what she said, but she slowly walked and she was not going to do it. And then Matt just kind of went over and they had some, long story. She didn't do it, wasn't going to do it. And I was like, okay, thank you. And Matt goes, why did you say that? I was like, just being an asshole, kind of just like, thank you. And then I was still really pissed. And I was like, I hope you have a really good day. And then Matt goes, hey, why'd you say that? And I was like, but I do. I really hope she has a good day. Because obviously she's not having a good day and she's a bitch.
Did you say it loud enough for her to hear?
No. Matt was so mad at me.
Would you like to hear the introvert's handling of that situation?
I was so mad.
Would you like
Kroger, get your shit together.
Would you like to hear how an introvert handles that situation?
You run.
An introvert never goes up to the deli counter, period. Because she doesn't want to have to talk to anybody about doing anything for her.
You don't get sliced deli meat at the deli?
Nope. I go to the section where the meat is and figure out if they have what they want. And if I don't, I get what I want. And then I slice it at home because I literally don't want to have any kind of human interaction whatsoever. Because that whole thing, like you see how mad you were? It would have stressed me out to the point of it ruining my whole fucking day. Like you can walk away and be mad. It would have ruined my whole day because I don't want to have to interact with people. And when it's a bad interaction, it makes it just 10 times worse. So I avoid all interaction. Okay. Well, interaction.
The thing that makes me the most mad about it, this is why it makes me mad. This is the job that you chose and you took, correct? This is the job that you are doing. Why can't you do your job and why do you have an attitude? Like that makes me so mad. It's like if you're not happy, then quit and do something else.
I mean, people don't always have that choice. I mean, like,
Yes, you do.
You have a choice, but that may be the only job you could
So
get.
you still do a good job. I mean, would you not want to try to get promoted?
I get that, but I hear what you're saying. But you and I have a very strong work ethic, and they're weirdly, and I know you know this because you've had to hire them.
Yeah.
There are people that don't have good work ethics, and I'm like at this point in my life where I'm trying not to blame the people. I'm blaming their upbringing, their education.
Oh, totally.
Like nobody told them, nobody gave them.
That's not an excuse.
The things. It's not an excuse, but it's a reason for grace.
Well, it's
on our part.
I don't know. I don't get that. But, no, I'm against. I don't believe that at all. I also think that it also might be management's problem too. So like that's where you're supposed to motivate them to want to do better. And I mean, if you're not in customer relations and you're not wanting to talk to people, then you don't need to deal with customers, and you don't take a job to deal with customers. Like if you are at Kroger, and I'm not, and there are some great, I love Kroger. I shop there all the time. But if you don't want to talk to people and help people, then work in the back. Like don't take a job where you have to like serve people.
I think it's really hard to be that absolute. When you don't know people's situation and you've never worked the position yourself. But, no,
but I'm just saying, like, I'm not going to pay somebody whatever. I don't even care. I don't even know how much they make, but I'm not going to pay somebody that can't provide service, that leaves talking on a podcast about how bad the service was. That would make me mad.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I agree. I just think there's a lot of nuance that's not being that we're not acknowledging and we don't understand.
Sure.
And she does not agree. It's fun. I don't agree. She doesn't agree. We're going to leave it and say we respectfully disagree.
I love you. Happy Valentine's. So what are we going to watch this weekend? Because sometimes I'm getting to the point where I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be really sad if WBS doesn't have something to watch on my
WBS.
Weighted Blanket Saturday.
Oh. I don't know. I'm still watching The Great, so I have a few more episodes of that,
which is so great.
And
do you love it?
I do like it. I mean, I don't think I love it as much as you love it.
I think I loved it because I think it was on when we were closed, and so it was the pleasure that I had during that moment. You know what I mean? Like, It was like the timing of it was perfect for me. And but what's crazy is that era is so hot right now. Like there's a lot of stuff that's like Bridgerton, The Crown.
Right.
I mean,
Although The Crown's moved past that, but yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of that whole thing. And I don't actually like though. I usually don't gravitate to that.
To period pieces?
No, I don't like it. I've never watched Downton Abbey. I mean, I watched maybe the first couple, and I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah. So I still have that, but one of our other friends suggested Virgin River, which I haven't watched. Yeah. Did you watch it?
I watched a couple episodes, and maybe I need to get back into it.
I don't know.
It feels like a Lifetime show to me.
I mean, you know, I don't know.
Did you watch Industry on HBO?
No, but Shannon mentioned that tonight too. I don't know that it sounds that good to me.
It's not the best. It's very dirty. Like, if you're offended with, like, a lot of sex.
I'm not offended by all that stuff, but I'm just not in the mood for it.
A lot of drug use, a lot of all sex, like gay sex, like, I mean, just all the sex, and a little bit of working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not a big deal. I liked it. I actually enjoyed it because I didn't have anything else to watch, and I watched it. A lot of it, it's kind of like, is this just a story to just like push the envelope on all of the sex and drugs and stuff? You know, I mean, is there really a good story here?
Yeah, or
is it just to like?
I don't know. I don't know. I want to look for something that I can watch. Like, you know, now that I have my really big monitor in my office.
You watch TV in there now?
So, like, I do 3, like, basically it's the width of 3 screens. And so, like, I can put something on, like, the far right side that is, like, you know, some sort of movie or whatever. And then I can work on the other. I mean, it's, like, it's super fucking productive. Sorry, Ellen. And so I need something that I can, like, have on, but not like, so I might do something like rewatch, like an Arrested Development or a West Wing or a Parks and Rec.
We started watching The Sopranos.
Oh, I don't know.
I didn't watch The Sopranos really, but again, that's one of those things that Matt would watch with me.
Right.
That I probably wouldn't have watched by myself. But we have the Golden Globes coming up, so maybe you should pick something on the Golden Globes.
Yeah, maybe.
Noms. I don't know.
Noms. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe.
That'd be good.
I probably should.
Good Girls is having another season soon.
Yeah, and see, I only watched their first season. I didn't watch any seasons after that. So
I love it. Did you ever watch A Girlfriend's Guide to Divorce?
No, is that good?
Oh my gosh, Emily, that's what you need to watch.
Okay.
It's on Netflix. It's so good. Well, the hippie mom in Firefly Lane is in that show.
Oh, really?
And she plays kind of that boho
Cloud.
hippie. Yeah, Cloud. I don't know where I was going with that.
What we're watching this weekend. Because it's Valentine's Day.
I think you really should watch that.
Okay.
I think you'd really like it.
Okay, I will put that up because I think I have to.
It's mindless.
I think I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time in front of my computer this weekend.
Mindless, and it's like the first season. I was like, I really like the lead girl, and I like wanted all these piercings in my ears because she's like cool mom, but has these like cool piercings, and
piercings are like puppies. Like you have to take care of them so much in the beginning.
Well, I tried, and mine just never could heal.
I remember I went with you.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, listen, let us wrap it up because I think that we've got a lot of stuff to watch. A lot of stuff's happening.
Also, my husband's eating my French fries and I'm freaking out right now.
Oh my gosh. I cannot wait to have, I have not had a hamburger and French fries in so long. What's your favorite one in town?
Well, we call it the Secret Burger Place, but what's the name of it, Matthew?
It's a secret?
It's not a secret. Hubcap. Well, because Matthew would just get it. Yeah, he would get it and bring it home.
And our neighbors. Did you know that?
I wouldn't know where it was from. And so I kept asking him and he'd be like, it's a secret. And so now I'm like, I want the Secret Burger Place. And so I can never remember the name of it.
I think the owners are my neighbors. Now, I actually haven't met them and I would like to.
They are my favorite. It's really good.
It's good.
The burgers and the fries are really good.
Yeah. So if you ask me about it, if you say, hey, do you want a burger? It's not just a burger. Like a burger has to be burgers and fries. Like I cannot have a burger without fries.
Well, duh.
I mean, you cannot.
It's like chips and salsa.
You cannot be on a diet and say, I'm going to have a burger with no bun but no fries. I mean, that's not a burger.
No, that's a hamburger steak.
Yeah. Would you like some A1?
Would you like some A1?
Some A1 with that?
I've never in my life ordered
disgusting.
a hamburger steak anywhere.
No.
Or
I hate meatloaf.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, I love you.
No meatloaf.
Hate meatloaf.
What's it called? Oh,
hot ketchup. I hate hot ketchup.
Also, don't like chicken fried steak, which is basically a fried hamburger.
Chicken fried steak is?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I like chicken fried steak or not.
It's like a hamburger patty battered and fried.
It's not chicken?
Chicken fried steak is a hamburger patty.
Ew.
Fried like a chicken. Not something, and it's typically
#South.
#South is typically served with gravy. Another thing I don't like.
You don't like gravy? I love gravy.
Nope.
So you know something sweet that Matt does for me because I don't like a lot of. So if we do a pot roast, I do not like cooked carrots or cooked celery.
Oh, I love cooked carrots.
So in a pot roast, you typically would have cooked carrots and cooked celery, right?
I don't think of celery in a pot roast. I think of potatoes and carrots. But go ahead.
So for the gravy, he will baby food my shit. So we put all the juices and the carrots and the celery in the food processor and make gravy. Shut
the fuck up. Matt Hester is an angel sent from heaven for you because
I know. Is that not sweet?
Who the fuck does that?
Because it tastes good, but I don't really know it's carrots or something.
That's really sweet, Matt Hester. We love
Happy
you.
Valentine's
Happy
Day.
Valentine's Day. Cheers and hearts and cheers and hearts.
Cheers.